The murder trial of former Republican President Edgar Lungu's Baba Shebi Chilekwa is yet to commence before court in Kauma district. Before being charged with murder allegations, Chilekwa, through his lawyers, had obtained an order of the court to undergo medical attention at the University Teaching Hospital following an alleged torture by the police in their custody. The other applications by Mr. Chilekwa was for habeas corpus after 1 week of detention without any charge. In making the ruling on the court order, High Court Judge Mwapeboa says the state ought to have complied with the order of the court to help the suspect attend medical attention at the University Teaching Hospital. It is the ruling of the court that it was not up to the state to decide whether to bring the accused or not. And on the habeas corpus application, the court is of the view that a habeas corpus application has become an academic exercise since the accused has already appeared before a competent court. Prior to the court ruling, the applicant's lawyer, Jonas Simba, has said that the fact that the Human Rights Commission were not allowed to have an independent investigation on the alleged torture of their client raises eyebrows.
Well, the Human Rights Commission has made a report. That is, they've issued a statement. Now, that statement they've issued will point you to a very interesting state of affairs. For example, when they say that they were not given chance to actually interact with the suspect, that clearly should cause you to smell a rat. Why? Okay. But as regards all other matters relating to that, I think if there's need for clarification or a comment on that report, the Human Rights Commission would be in a better place. But simply put, you must smell a rat.
As the applicant undergoes trial, he risks serving a maximum jail term of life imprisonment if found guilty and convicted. Darius Jonya, Damo News.
What started as a normal day ended in a disaster as a mother of Lusaka lost a child in a house fire. Apart from property worth hundreds of kwacha being lost, a 2-year-old's life has also been lost in the inferno. A check by Diamond News found the remains of the damage caused by the fire. A family friend, Mr. Goodson Mwasa, narrated the incident to Diamond News and requested for help from well-wishers.
It was yesterday around 15 to 16 hours when I was called by my brother to go and check on his house, which was on fire. So we rushed to the scene. When we arrived there, the house was on fire, like stated. Then there was also a 2-year-old baby inside the house. So when we got there, we tried by all means to rescue. Everything in the house is scattered. There's nothing that we can pick up, not even a spoon. Just appealing to the well-wishers, if anyone has to come in and help.
And neighbors to the victim narrated that the deceased mother went to pick her 8-year-old daughter from school around 11 hours and is suspected to have left a pot on the cooker before power was restored. They say it is at the time when power was restored that the pot might have started burning and spread to the rest of the house, and 3 other flats were affected.
Kwapwela nyama tatimu muona chusi choka la tenzana mkatika nyama mina shoka mataira mzuba bampilika ya mashoka mataira maybe vama soka awi kasi ni nyumba ikupyo
wesi tunaona sababu muliro uya akateza mshopu msaluni tunaona sababu muliro wayaka banyama tatuza hapo bwana muone muliro uya kama tunachokera kuja kungena muno pesa we muliro chitabwanji wayaka.
In the time she came napeza kamanja ta muliro manje wa kuila ma no mulimwana mukati mulimwana no mulimwana.
It was a sorry sight visiting the in-laws' house where the funeral of the 2-year-old is being held. Joanne Musabila, Diamond News. The country's legal framework provides for continuous registration of voters,
so that those who reach the stipulated age are captured. In June 2020, the Electoral Commission of Zambia, through the Chief Electoral Officer Patrick Nshindano, announced the continuous voter registration. This was in readiness for the 2021 general election. However, the process came to a close. This has prompted a consortium of civil society organizations to write to the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, inquiring as to whether the commission has had a policy shift on the continuous voter registration exercise. Chapter 1 Foundation Executive Director Linda Kasonde spoke on behalf of the civil society organizations.
We have subsequently written to the Electoral Commission of Zambia to inquire as to whether there has been any policy shift by them as to how continuous voter registration will be conducted ahead of the next general elections, in line with Section 7 of the Electoral Process Act. We await their response.
She says, the Constitution now sets a constitutional standard in which a citizen shall not be deprived of the right to universal suffrage, and the Electoral Commission must abide by the standards provided in the Constitution.
On or about 15 December 2020, the voter registration process was extended for a further 4 days. However, Section 7 of the Electoral Process Act No. 35 of 2016 states, "The Commission shall conduct continuous registration of voters." End quote. It is our understanding that continuous voter registration means that any potential voter should have the right to register to vote at any time, as opposed to there being a restricted period for voter registration. This means that a voter should be able to go into an ECZ office to register as a voter on any working day of the year. It is our position that ECZ only retains the power to set the cutoff point for the creation of the voter's roll in any election. This is important as restricting the period in which voters can register to vote could potentially disenfranchise eligible voters and therefore restrict their constitutional right to vote under Articles 45 and 46 of the Constitution.
Zambia goes to the polls in 2026. Victoria Yambani, Diamond News.